Alright, I just got a little pack of trout magnets with me and some pliers because I ain't fished this creek in a while. I just happened to be driving kind of sort of by it on my way back home, so might as well stop and see what's biting and kind of test out my new reel. I have put together what, in my opinion, is the ultimate creek fishing setup. Now, of course, that is going to vary from, you know, person to person. And we got us a fish. Ooh, get off that, get off that, get off that. Hey. Hey. Whoa, home slice. Chill. Red ear sunfish. It's a purty one. I'm gonna get a picture real quick and send it back. I honestly thought I was snagged on something when that one hit. But I'll go over this setup toward the end of the video. Ooh. Did I just catch the same fish again? Looks just like it, and he's just as scrappy. I'll have to look at the pictures later. But we got us another. Whoops. He slapped y'all with his bud. Oh, red ear sunfish. Let's get him back. Again, I never go fishing without these. Like, I can't stress that enough. I never go fishing without a pack of trout magnets. We're rigged back up. Let's try to not snag on the first cast. And I knew one would be there. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but there's a tree that cuts right across this creek right here, and in this little pocket right here along the bank, and that tree always has a fish in it. Ooh, there was one. And we got us another one. Oh, they are some feisty ones right now. That was quick. That is a very small redbreast sunfish. Oh, you made it. And we got us another one. There's a little bluegill. There are much bigger fish in this creek than bluegill. Like the biggest fish I've caught out of here was about 1.5 pound bass. And I have caught some catfish out of it. Some pretty good sized perch and some pretty good sized crappie. I'm slowly wishing I had brought some bug spray down here, because I've got like one mosquito that just hates my existence right now. Got it. Saw that, or this one or one's with it just hit something on the surface, so I had to chunk her over. Red breast sunfish. She got some vertical bars on there, which you typically don't see very often with red breast. But then again, it could possibly be some sort of hybrid, because as small as this creek is, hybrid species can exist very, very easily. Ooh. Got you. Are you the same one that got me hung up on that stick over? You're a red breast, just like they were. Oh, sorry about the boat flop. Oh, I was just letting that one fall. And this very scrappy little bluegill, and he's got some stuff on him, decided to come and get it. Got it. That was quick, and that's the biggest one of the day, and I'm totally not surprised about catching this. This is often misunderstood to be a rock bass. They do look very similar to rock bass, but it is not a rock bass. It is not a black perch. It is not a crappie. This is a warmouth. They have colors similar to a rock bass. They usually have bright red or orange tips on their fins, similar to green sunfish. And right behind that ear, or ear dot, is a little orange patch, kind of like a red ear sunfish. And they do have the red eyes, very similar to a rock bass. But they are not rock bass. They're not a bass species. They just look like it. They do have a big mouth and are super aggressive. Oh, I'm glad you hit, because my line was over a limb. Little red breast. I know some of y'all are probably like, does this guy ever want to post some catfishing content? Trust me, I'm trying. Thing is, catfishing here lately has sucked. I've tried night fishing. I've tried fishing mornings, later in the day. cut bait, live bait. Catfishing has just sucked. And if you're new to the channel, I highly suggest, hold on a second because I just caught another one. Another species. Chunky green sunfish. See, this is what I was talking about after he slaps you in the face. Rock bass, or not rock bass, warmouths have, you know, tips or colored tips to the end of their fins, kind of like a green sunfish does, but they're different pattern, different overall. But anyway, like I was saying, if you're new to the channel, go back to the very beginning of my channel and watch my introductory videos. You're not always going to see catfishing related content on here. There's a lot of, like, I am equally into multi-species, like creek fishing, as much as I am catfishing. Darn it. That was a tail bite. I'm about ready to replace this one anyway, because it's not wanting to stay up on the hook. Oh, shoot. If it had pulled it down, I was going to walk to another spot. We got you. Little bluegill. Don't spine me. Got it. This one feels a little bit nicer than what we've caught so far. Well, didn't count. Didn't get hands on it. I'm about ready to just retire this little plastic, or this little trout magnet, because I'm having to readjust it pretty much every time I cast it. And we got something a little frisky on here. Big old bluegill. Well, snagged, broke off, didn't want to retie, but anyway, as usual, trout magnets. I literally, like I said, never go fishing without them. I don't go crappie fishing without them. I don't go just creek fishing without them. I don't go bass fishing. I don't even go catfishing without them, because they're a awesome bait to have with you to catch bait for catfishing if you don't have worms or something like that. Anyway, what I was saying at the beginning of the video, what I think is the ultimate ultimate creek fishing setup, and I've been using this rod for several years now. I think going on probably 4 or 5 years. But the reel I just got recently, and they only came out with it last year, but the rod is a Dobbins Fury 661 light. It's really just a finesse rod for like drop shots, dart heads, really small swim baits, split shot rigs, stuff like that. These rods retail for about $109. They're really good for like your crappie fishing, finesse bass fishing, stuff like this, creek fishing. The reel is officially my favorite reel that I've ever had on this rod, and I have had a lot of reels on this rod. This is the Shimano Noski 1000. I've got it like packed to the gills with 8-pound Daiwa J8 braid, and this stuff casts like a dream. It's a super fine braid. Everything that we use today was, like I said, trout magnets, 64th ounce jig heads. This rod, 8-pound test braid, which it takes a good braid to cast really light lures like that. And the Daiwa J8 braid is just a 8-strand, so it's finer, casts lighter baits easier than, you know, like a 4-strand. But yeah, it's light enough that I can do some crappie fishing with it, panfish, creek fishing, and it's got enough toughness to it in the backbone and strong enough line that I can, you know, catch some pretty good sized bass with it. The rod I know is plenty capable because I have caught like 7 or 8 pound catfish on this rod. But like the braid, plenty strong enough for some good bass, and that tied with the Shimano drag system, as good as it is, as smooth as it is, don't have to worry about break-offs very often, as long as you do your part and play them on the drag. Anyway, hope you like this little video. It's hot, the mosquitoes are killing me, and I'm thirsty. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video.